let's be honest, would you turn it down if you was Anthony Joshua and you got offered 90 million plus? Joseph Parker failed the drug test. I'm like, you're one of the most decent ones out there. Chris Senior was constantly saying, this weight issue is a massive issue, it's going to affect you down the line. Chris did it, he was super cool all the way through, but what did he do? He pulled out the fiddy card. Welcome to That Boxing Show with me, Johnny Nelson. What a week it was. What a week it was, Saturday night. But we'll get to that. I'm going to start with Fight Week. What did I think of Fight Week? I thought Fight Week was a little subdued, if I'm honest with you. It wasn't as pushed, it wasn't as in your face as fight number one was. It was everywhere. Every man and his dog knew about the fight. I think Saturday night's fight, the build-up was pretty quiet, pretty tame, for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons were Conor decided, you know what, I'm not going to wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm going to check you, and I'm not going to be as emotionally invested. I thought Conor had to be emotionally invested because that Benn gene, you know, that harassing gene that they've got, that Tasmanian devil about them, that is what puts any person under pressure, and that to me is part of his success. So my worry was he was going to be too tame. He was going to overcook it and give Chris Jr. too much space to box and work at his own pace. And that was my worry. So it was pretty tame, it was pretty cool. And both boys have grown up massively. I think Conor, the maturity showed throughout the week. He managed to contain that emotion, contain it until the bell goes. Chris was a genius, as per usual. A genius at controlling the press conference, a genius with his words, a genius with how he kept calm and kept a cool persona. And his dad was part of the team as well. The press conference, Chris Senior was trying to call out Nigel to say, who lied to you? Who told you I was paid to attend the first fight? I cannot be bought. And Nigel's chewing his gum. I just ignored him. Nigel didn't engage. He said, this is about our sons, it's not about you. So it was, that interaction was nice, it was interesting, it was easy on the eye, but something was missing. What was missing? I'll tell you what I think was missing. I think Sky's involvement was missing. Sky in the first fight, they did everything. They did their genius and got it everywhere. Everybody knew about it. And then, yes, it might sound like sour grapes, and it probably is, but it ain't. It's just my opinion. I think everybody and his dog knew about it. I think this time it was just corralled into DAZN and what DAZN and Ring Magazine were doing to push it out. I think, unfortunately, it wasn't on the end of the tip of everybody's tongue like it was the first time. The arena it got full just before the fight. I was there. I saw it. I thought, wow, where is everybody? It just seemed a little. The excitement was there, but it was like in a closed room. Whereas before, it was everywhere in the streets. But let's get to the fight. The fight itself, the ring entrance was mad. Conor Benn, the drums, I'm like, you can't beat that. He was on it, and he was just bad. And I thought, Chris, you better bring something out because that was out of this world. Conor Benn came out in the white and blue. He just looked bad. He looked on it, and it just got you. Hearing the drums, it was on it. He got in the ring, and then, come on. Chris did it. He was super cool all the way through. But what did he do? He pulled out the fiddy card. The fiddy card. He had fiddy with him, walking down, rapping. And I'm like, oh man, it proper dropped the mic type thing. And Chris walked out with like a pink-looking fur robe. He looked wicked. I've got to say, he trumped him. And I thought, Conor, you've done a great job here, but Chris, you trumped him. I've got to give you that. It couldn't look any cooler than that. To get 50 cents, fiddy, coming out with you. Job done. Let's get to the fight. So the fight came. Round one, ding ding, we're on it. Round one, Conor caught Chris with a shot. And Chris referred to that shot in the post-fight press conference afterwards. He said, after round one, I knew. I thought I'd get away with it. I knew. And sometimes, you know, my mum always used to say, if you don't listen, you have to feel. And Chris Senior was constantly saying, this weight issue is a massive issue. It's going to affect you down the line. I personally think that fight showed the effects of Chris stretching and starving himself down to the weight, rinsing himself out. He looked like a man that was walking in quicksand. He looked slow, he looked ponderous. Conor was too sharp for him. He kind of like pushed him off with his shoulder and pushed him, flew him back. Conor, I thought it was very one-sided. But Conor, you've got to give it to Conor. Conor matured. And when he was attacking, he attacked. Otherwise, he'd jab to the body, bring it to the body, bring it to the head, whoa, throw the shots in. Chris was constantly on the defence and trying to be offensive. So I reckon he was 65% defensively fighting, and as my maths, 35% offensively fighting. I think Conor, right tactics, right pace, even up to the last round, had Chris down twice. Chris was rinsed, and the fight was done. The fight wasn't as exciting as the first one, but it was still exciting. I was so happy for Conor because I think the odds were mad. The odds were mad for Conor winning. I'm like, is this for real? What do they know that I don't know? And the rest of you that gave me stick for picking Conor, I'll pull you up on that one. But Conor got the win, and he a job done well. Will there be a third? I don't think there will. I don't think there'll be a third. I think Conor, he said, I'm putting the Benn Eubank feud to bed. But remember, let's wait 20 years and see what Chris Jr.'s twins turn out to be fighters. And Conor, you never know. This could be all over. We could do it all over again. So then, what happened? Joseph Parker failed a drug test on the cocaine. I think it was that. Joseph Parker. I'm like, you're one of the most decent ones out there. So I'm baffled. I've never done it. And so I just think, I don't know what the benefits are. I don't know why you think you get away with it. I don't know what you're thinking. I heard in the 70s, fighters took it to just give them that buzz. And the drug enforcement agencies got smart and got wise to it and said, if you're going to fight, you've got to be clean. Joseph Parker, I think he's put out a defence saying, no, that's not right. I don't know how that rolls. I don't know what the situation is. But I was really, really surprised with Joseph Parker because he's one of the nice guys, or seemed to be one of the nice guys. So, and that was after the fight. That was for the Fabio Wardy fight. He failed that drug test. Now, I don't know. If I'm wrong, just send me something in the comments, but I don't know. So with cocaine, I don't know if it stays in your system for 48 hours or whatever, and people think, you won't know what stays for 2 weeks. I don't know. Why would you take it knowing there's a possibility that it's going to be in your system? And why would you take it for our sport anyway? But let's get some meat on the bones first before we throw him under the bus. But I was very surprised with that one. What else I was surprised with was, so today when you see this, Eddie Hearn is supposed to be making an announcement in regards to AJ and Jake Paul. I am telling you now, it ain't going to happen. I don't believe it's going to happen. Why don't I believe it's going to happen? Because Jake Paul is crazy. If he thinks he can get it with Anthony Joshua, former two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and play tiddlywinks, I don't think AJ plays touch. He plays knock the F out. So I think Jake Paul is a great showman, and he does a great job by teasing the public, saying, I'm going to fight him. And nobody says no because it's an amazing purse that's attached to it. So unfortunately, Eddie will get suckered in. He'll be his patsy, and Eddie will believe Jake Paul. And I've got to give it Jake Paul. If you hustled Eddie, you've done a great job. AJ, we've not heard a word from AJ yet in regards to this. So let's see what the comments are from Eddie, if there are any comments. I think the whisper probably got out of hand because I saw him on Talk Sports saying, no, you've jumped your gun a bit. It might be, so might be. I think it's BS. I don't think it's going to happen. I think AJ won't do himself any favours in regards to it, apart from 90 million reasons why he's going to do it. But again, let's be honest. Would you turn it down if you was Anthony Joshua and you got offered 90 million plus to knock out Jake Paul? I don't think any of us would. So we can all talk morally and it's not right, but financially, it's a soft touch. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I just think on Jake Paul's side, I don't think he's that stupid. But let's wait and see. So let's see later on today or later on the week and see what Eddie comes back with. I want to say a big thanks to our sponsors, Bet Goodwin, for supporting that boxing show. Now, if you're interested in having a little flutter, or as I call it after my dad, Benji's Bets, Bet Goodwin's the place to be. Check out Bet Goodwin using the QR code on the screen. Last week, I went on a show with Kane and Chris. It's called the Rated 18 Show. And those boys are funny, man. They are so funny. And just watch it. And number one, don't be calling me Coffee in the street, man. Kofi off Green Mile. It's rubbish. I can read now, so that's rubbish. And we were just talking. We just had a conversation. But they proper blew up. They got information out of me. They were feeding me whiskey. Ooh, that got the better of me. But it was so good. Check it out. We did a prediction. Kane and myself thought Chris would win the fight. Thought Conor would win the fight. Chris Savage thought Chris Eubank Jr. win the fight. Mr. Savage, I'm just saying. It's people in the know, man. You just don't know. But anyway, it was a great show. Check it out. I think it's on something called Patreon or something like that. That's how you can check it out. But have a look on my Insta and I'll just give you a snippet of it. It was such a laugh, and there's some amazing stories that we twisted around. It's just jokes, man. It's just jokes. So if anybody's offended by anything that was said, I'm not apologising. It was a joke. That's how it is. But check it out. The Rated 18 Show. You get a touch on Insta, but go on Patreon or Patreon or whatever it's called, and go check out Kane and Chris. It was fun. I bet this looks good on your coffee table at the Yorkshire Art Space on the Saturday 21st and the 23rd, or 22nd and 23rd, and the weekend following this. It's Andy's book. Andy, former Arctic Monkeys bass guitarist. Yeah, I got it right, Andy. But check it out. And the book, it's like going wildfire. It's free entry. Go down, check out the exhibition. It's on over the weekend. There are a few books available, but they are going like hotcake. And it's just nice to walk down memory lane. I've seen quite a few of the snippets that are in it. But if you're an Arctic Monkeys fan, get yourself down there. So this Thursday, again, as per usual, 3 o'clock on Thursday, our next show. You're going to have to wait and see. We've got guests galore. And we recorded them, and they were all good. Am I going to tell you who it is? No, you got to check it out. But remember, if you keep subscribing, when we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to have a live studio audience every time we record. And you, the fans, can join in. You can be part of the show. You can be that crowd. You can be the abusive hecklers or whatever. Just come down, chill and relax. But you've got to subscribe and like and get involved. Mantra of the week. What am I going to say? So, I thought about Chris Senior, Chris Junior. I thought about Chris Senior saying about his son. He didn't want his son to drop the weight, and he was right in saying so. So what's the mantra? You know, my mum used to say, those who don't listen have to feel. That means listen to your parents. Now, usually, your parents will tell you something because it's unconditional love. They'll tell you something that's best for you. You might not like it at the time, but they're going to tell you something because they want what's best for you. It's a selfless act. I think Chris, unfortunately, was the holder of a message that people didn't like, and so people tried to shut him down. I think Junior realised that. As he said, the first round he walked into the ring, he just knew. So no matter what was going on in his personal life, you know, physically, you have to feel. So if you don't listen, you have to feel. It's just that simple. It doesn't have to be bad. It's just listen to your parents. Listen to those ones that care for you, that love you. Most parents care and love for you. Not every parent's like that, but most parents want what's best for you. Enjoy yourself. See you Thursday with me, Johnny Nelson. It's that boxing show.